Friday the 20th of August. Here I am 5 days later after the last video, and basically a little bit what might be perceived to be disappointed, especially if you're doing this for the first time. It can be really disheartening because what's happened, and you'll get a good idea of what I look like in a sec, but what's happened is that my body has actually sort of stopped changing shape, so to speak, although I know personally that internally things are happening. From a visual perspective, things aren't looking that great. In fact, I probably look about the same as I did 5 days ago. Now, being results driven, we're all results driven. So for everyone out there, it's really important to take note of this and to really get an understanding, especially if you're doing this for the first time. Now, I've got the luxury of having done this many, many times as far as getting into shape, you know, from 10 kilos, putting on 10 kilos, taking it off, 5 kilos on, 5 kilos off. I really have a good understanding not only how my body works, but how everybody's body works. And, we're results driven. We want to see, if someone tells you, do this, 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 and this, and your body will look like this, and then you go out and do it. You do it for a week, you do it for 2 weeks, and you look exactly the same. You're going to become really disheartened. So hopefully I can get it out to you guys out there, and girls. Just keep going, because if you're being taught correctly, which is what these videos are doing, you are going to get the results. It doesn't matter if I get them in 5 days and you get them in 10. You are going to get the results. So let's take a look what's happened. After looking at this video, go back and look at the second video and see if you can notice any changes. Again, I can't see what's happening on camera, but from my own understanding of what I can see, in the mirror and things like that, my body visually looks very, very similar to what it did 5 days ago. But the one thing I do know is that internally, things are changing. I've dropped a lot of sodium, and I know my body has cleansed itself, and I'm now in the perfect position to start ripping up rapidly. And it's going to happen. Weight loss doesn't happen exactly the same day after day after day. You might drop a lot of weight. The first 5 days we drop 3.5 kilos or 7 pounds, 8 pounds. So it's going to happen. I've now lost an extra kilo or 2 pounds. It doesn't matter. The thing is that I know in 5 weeks I'm going to be ripped from when it started. So I'm just going through the motions. It's going to be slow. It's been slow the last 5 days. And it can be really disheartening. So hopefully this video will inspire you to keep on going. If your results are sort of lacking a little bit, and if you've been following this journey and trying to do it yourself, you may find yourself in a similar position. And I'm really, really happy that it's happened while we're filming, because it's just going to show people. I know that you look at this video and you look at 2 or 3 videos down the line after about 15 days, you're going to see complete change and people just won't be able to believe it. So I'm glad that it's happening. Have a look at all the angles. Okay, this is the side view. Through the back. Okay, and the other side. Alright, now tune in in the next 5 days. We're going to talk about tanning, about changing the color of your skin, making it darker, using light, oil, all those kind of things that really, really help from a visual perspective, on top of eating well and eating the correct amounts of food and all the rest of it. Things such as tanning, we're going to touch on vitamin C, vitamin E, oils, exfoliating, drinking lots of water, how to use water to your advantage. There's a whole array of things that we're going to talk about over the next 3 to 4 weeks that are really going to help you get the body that you are really destined to get. And that's really important. If you commit to it, you're going to get it. So just keep following, keep learning, keep listening to the advice. I've had the luxury of doing it with myself and a number of people out there. I've got plenty of clients. They're all getting similar results, and now everyone out there can get the same. So here we are. We're at 20th of August. We're going to film again on the 25th. But for those out there that asked, okay, just tell us exactly what you're doing. What are you eating? It seems to be a common question, and people have been asking me. So I want you guys to really, really take note, and it's very, very simple. To get the results, if you've made a decision and you say, right, I want to lose 10 kilos and I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to get the body that I really want. Okay, whether it's the first time or you're going to do it, you know, for the 10th time. It can be done in a really easy and effective way. And food, what you do outside the gym, is really, really important. So, the most important thing, number one, do cardio in the morning on an empty stomach. Incorporate some cardio into your workouts. It doesn't mean you have to do half an hour, 2 hours. You know, I see plenty of people in the gym doing 1 hour, 2 hours of running. If you're not doing it for enjoyment and you're thinking that you're doing fat loss, go back and listen to the second video. For people that are watching this for the first time, really important, go back and look at the first couple of videos because we talk about heart rate. It's really important to keep your heart rate when you're doing cardio at around 65% of your maximum. Now, I'm not going to go through all the technical side of things. Go back and watch the second video and we talk about heart rate in that video and you'll understand how to get that exact heart rate that you need. Okay. So if you're going to do 15 minutes of cardio and commit to it every single morning, it's only 15 minutes. Okay, you can even drop your workout, your weight workout, to 45 minutes 5 days a week. It's not a lot. If you've made the commitment to actually lose the weight, then you'll do it. You know, if someone said you only need to do an hour 5 days a week, of course you're going to do it because you've made a decision that you want to get that body. So keep listening. For those of you that think it's too hard, well, don't worry about it. You know, you're not ready. This is for people who have just got that last little bit, they need a bit of a push, they've committed to it, and now they're going to go and do it. And that's why I'm here. Alright, awesome. So, for everyone that's still around, what do I actually eat? Really common question. Okay, at the moment, I'm doing my 15 minutes of cardio at 65% heart rate, maximum heart rate. I'm then waiting 15 minutes. Now, it's really important, all you have to remember is protein, carbs, vegetables. It can't be any easier. Water, 4 things. Okay, protein. How much protein should you be having every day? Now, there's a lot of theories out there. You shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't eat that, you shouldn't do that, you can't do that. You're going to find a lot of negativity out there. But you've got to listen to people that actually know what they're doing and show you what they're doing and have done it with other people and do it on a daily basis with themselves and others. Okay, so after your 15-minute break after cardio, you need to eat your first meal. It's really important. Now, I like to have carbs, a little bit of clean carb with no sugar. Something like oats is really, really good. In Australia, we've got Wheat Bix or Vitabrits. They're basically wheat biscuits. I'm sure they've got them in the States and in Europe and in Asia. You know, just having like about 30 grams of that after your 15-minute break with water. And we're going to go into more detail about different types of water in the coming weeks as well. But for the moment, just with water, having that as your first meal is imperative. You got to do it, you must do it, you have to do it, just do it. Okay, then throughout the day, every 2.5 hours, roughly, it doesn't have to be exactly regimented, but the more concise and the more correctly you follow something, obviously the better results you're going to get. Commit to every 2.5 hours to putting something into your body. The more you put into your body, the quicker you're going to metabolize. If you put the correct things into your body, you're obviously going to get better results. Protein, carbs, vegetables. Now, I really believe that for every pound of body weight, you need 1.5 grams of protein. If you weigh 200 pounds, so I'm a little bit under 200 pounds, you need 200 times 1.5, okay? 300, took me a while there. 300 grams of protein. Divide that by about 5 meals. 60 grams of protein per meal. This is for a 200-pound person, okay? To be even more specific, work on what weight you should be. So if I should be 180, I should be 180 pounds. If that's my goal weight, work on goal weight because you want to eat for the body that you want to create, not the body that you have. So say I want to get to 180 pounds. Okay, 180 pounds, how many grams? 180 plus 90, 270. 270 grams of protein, divide that by 5 meals. You're going to have a little bit over 50 grams of protein per serve. Now get your protein source from fish, from chicken, from red meat. If you're vegetarian, you can get it from tofu. There's always a source out there that you can get it from. It's really important that you have that protein source, clean protein, work it out for your body weight. For my example, we're looking at around 50 grams. Your body can absorb sort of between 40 and 60 grams of protein at any time. So, you know, my range is 50. That's fine. You can have 50, you can have a little bit less, a little bit more, basically 50 grams of protein. With carbs, to lose weight and to get into shape, I'm working on around about 150 grams of carbs, clean carbs, per day. What does that mean? What's a clean carb? Okay, it's basically sweet potato and rice, very clean carbs. If you want to have brown rice, you know, there's an argument brown rice is better than white rice and all this kind of stuff. If you want to be really strict, great, have brown rice. To be honest, I have white rice, I have sweet potato. I find that those two things work. And then again, if you're having 150 grams of that per day, you got to break it up into 5 meals. Do the math, it's pretty easy. Okay, it's around about 30 grams of carbs per meal. Okay, so we've got our protein sorted out, we've got our carbs sorted out, and then for your green vegetables, just have green leafy vegetables. They're the best ones. They're what's almost called a negative carb, so the amount of energy that you're consuming is less than the energy you're sort of working to process that food. It's actually negative carbing. As well as getting the carb source for energy, you're actually depleting. Okay, we'll go into that in more detail. If you have any questions about any of this, jump onto www.fatandback.com.au. It's my website. Jump on the forum, create a few questions. You know, I get on there, I answer questions. You could talk about it with other people. It's a really great source of information. So we've got protein, we've got carbs. With your green leafy vegetables, basically a small palmful every meal. You know, small handful, not a great big mound, just a small bit. Just get it into your system. Those 3 things, 5 times throughout the day. Your oats after cardio. Do your weights in the afternoon, so you're spacing it out. Do your 45 minutes of weights, 45, 50 minutes if you want to. Okay, then wait a little bit, then eat again. After that, give yourself an hour before your weights. Okay, I'm not going to go into really huge amounts of detail with that. Basically, everything I've said there is a really clear overview without getting technical of what you need to do to get into the shape that you really want to get into. So if you do have any further questions, just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to answer it, or jump on the forum. So here we are. We're going to film again in 5 days on the 25th. And you're going to notice a complete change. Make sure you check in for the next video, because we're going to discuss things like exfoliating, water, tanning, oils, the whole lot. And watch the difference. In the next video, I'm really going to start changing shape. So for now, just stick to the eating side of things. Do your morning cardio, space out your meals, do your weights in the afternoon, 5 days a week, and you're on your way. Keep going, drink lots of water. See you soon.